Hey, welcome to a new video. Planting beans. I flew the drone, which is kind of weird because I flew the drone before I did anything on this, but that's okay. Yeah. I think we're still seeding a little heavy. How many acres we got? 50.1, so we've done 12 acres. And cut her backing to 20. 12 acres, well, let's go 21. So last night I accidentally seeded a little heavy on beans, which not terrible, but it might cause me a seed issue. This one we're gonna go down to 20 because this one seeds heavy for some reason, really heavy. So yeah, let's see where that gets us. I'm almost done with this field. I've got probably, well, one pass right there, and then I'm gonna move over to the home farm. I don't think I'm gonna have enough seed to do that field, but I could probably call and get some at the snap of a finger. So this field's gonna be interesting because last night I messed up. I set it too heavy, which I meant to, but I didn't mean to set it heavy. Last year I planted this seed and it was a touch bigger, and I wrote that 25 was too light. So I thought, okay, if I put on, this is just a smidgen smaller, like 50 seeds per unit or per pound. So I thought, well, maybe if I just put it at 25, it'll be good. It ran out like water last night. I got 38 acres and I had to fill up. So over there, we're sitting at like a 220,000 soybean population, and I was aiming for like 160, 170. And then in the middle, we're probably looking at close to 180. And then right where I'm at now, for probably a third to half of the field, we're looking at 140. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they all grow like and do. We'll call it I don't know if that one's gonna go through. It went through. We'll call it a test field and see what happens. Because I don't know, I've seen plenty of guys plant at 140 population and come away great. So I don't know. I simply don't know. That's with the press drill. It's simply a controlled spill. Oh man, am I gonna be able to do it? Better turn around. Yep, we're able to do her. We're covering her. A little bit of overlap. I wish I could like close off sections of the drill, but maybe someday I'll buy an air seeder. I like the drills. I just don't like how inaccurate they can be. I like with an air seeder that you can calibrate it, and you can calibrate these too. I've just never done it, and I should do it. And I probably will after this, because I don't foresee walking away from press drills in the foreseeable future. They'll be cut back a little bit because next year I'm planning on planting corn. So I farm about 500-ish acres. I'm gonna have 90 acres of corn, and then every year after that it'll be 70, 90, 70, 90 unless I gain some more land out of nowhere. But then it's going through that strut really nice. But then I'll this doesn't like corn stalks, so I'll use the planter to plant beans into the corn stalks. So I'll be doing like I'll be using a planter for 160 acres every year. So then this will get tuned back to about 300, 320 acres every year. But that's okay. I still like growing wheat. I don't ever plan to quit growing wheat. I just want to cut back, grow something different that's better for the ground. Wheat is good, and the way so this was almost 90 bushel wheat last year, and the residue out here is just nuts, and it looks beautiful. It holds the soil together. I'm liking it. The other, but I think from now on, so this field was chisel plowed, and then I ran over it with the cultivator, or Grandpa did. The field over there was chisel plowed twice at 2 different angles. I think I'm gonna step away from doing a second chisel plow pass and just do a cultivator pass. It left a nice amount of residue. It made a nice seed bed. It just seemed to work better. It was easier on fuel. But yeah, this will work. I'm hoping to rock roll all this. We'll see. But anyway, just about done right there. Another 100 yards and I'm done with this field. And then we move on to the next one, and we will refill the drills and see how much I actually did put out here, because we have a scale on the seed tender, and that's the only way I can figure out how much seed I put on a field. So we'll refill these and go from there. So I'll see you in the next field. Alright, we're back to seed and doing some edges, but I just did a 0-degree line, go straight back and forth because it butts up to the neighbors, but the neighbors and I are half-assed on the same. Did I say that out loud? We're kind of on the same crop rotation. They plant enlist beans the same time I plant enlist beans, or the same years, and they grow conventional corn out here. Or they grow conventional corn the same year that I have wheat. So with that, as long as they stay, with that, they're really good about not crowding the line, and I'm really good about not crowding the line when it comes to wheat and the corn. But the wheat herbicide doesn't tend to hurt conventional corn. That's pretty good, actually. So the neighbor actually stopped and talked. He said he struck out. He said, I don't know, I think the line is, I just go off the grass strip up here, and that's what I try to do the same thing, and it just works out. They're really good neighbors. It works out really good. So if I plant a little bit over, they just combine what I planted. It's usually one row, so it's not a problem ever. And if they plant a little bit over, then I just combine it. It works out pretty good. But we're moving here. This is the home farm. Eklunds have been farming this farm since 1948, I think is what the sign says. But I got a turd. We're just doing the edges right now, and they're kind of stressful. Or they can be, depending on what you find. Last time, and you need 2 fills to make it through this whole field with soybeans, and I only have like 8 units left in the tender, so I know I'm gonna run out of seed. It's just a matter of when. But I called the Pioneer guy, and it just so happens that he has the same maturity of being an 06 in bulk, and I can swing by and grab some of those. I don't think I'll need much, probably 20 units, which I guess hindsight, that's a lot, but round and round we go. Round the edges we go. It's funny, that side of the, oh, stick. We seeded a stick. Oh boy. We got a clump of crap. Will it go through? Not likely. Oh wow, it did. That's impressive. There's a junk pile back here somewhere. Oh yeah, look at that junk pile. Look at that junk pile. And then a washout that I'd love to do something with. A neighbor came by, or stopped by, and he was talking about some government agency, maybe it's NRCS, has a cost sharing program that allows you to build like a dry dam. Sorry if I'm not being attentive. But it allows you to build like a dry dam and put in a drop pipe, and they cover some of the cost. But it gets pretty expensive. So I don't know. I should do something like that. It would be nice to get this leveled off and filled in and then farm a little bit closer to it. It's a program that they cover some of the cost. I don't know, I'm thinking about it. It'd be nice to farm, put a dry dam up here and then farm this, get this all leveled off and nice. Alright, I just hopped out here. I gotta see how many acres I've done on this meter. 36 acres. So right in line with what the auto steer is saying. And I better dig around a little bit. So really what I'm concerned with is the wheel tracks. They look pretty good. Yeah, looks like it's putting them in. There we go. So nice and there. There she is. Nothing there. Nothing there. Yeah, there's a bean. Yeah, it looks to me like it's doing a good job. I'm struggling with this crap. But that was my fault, kinda. I can't really control what the year gave me. So 36 acres on that means I have about 54 acres left. I'll just come up here and check the boxes. If I could just hire an army of people to come step on these. Okay. Looking acceptable. Let's continue on. So as we sit right now, we are done with the wheat, and let's see, we've done 75 and then 30 of this. We're closing in on halfway done planting the beans. By this time last year, we had 75 acres of wheat done, and that was it. I think actually today last year, or this date last year, we moved everything down to Becker to do the custom seeding for a neighbor. And then I did that starting what would be tomorrow, and then the 23rd and 24th. And then I came back, and on the 25th, I was able to finally start seeding mine again. So we're definitely ahead of where we were at last year. I think I finished planting June 10th last year. So if the rain will just hold off a little bit and so we can get done, that'd be good. I keep thinking I'm gonna drive by there and there's gonna be someone standing in the window. So fun fact, I don't know if you can see me, we'll point it out here. This used to be the Amit farm. I think that's what her name, or what their name was. But it was Elsie Amit, and I don't know what her husband's name was. But her husband was out milking cows in the barn that sat right here. There used to be a barn right here that Grandpa pushed over and burned quite a few years ago. But he was milking cows one day and we just never came inside. Well, she went out there, he had a heart attack and died while he was milking. And that stool sat in that barn until the day Grandpa knocked it over. It was kind of creepy, not gonna lie. You walk in there and you ask, oh, what's that? Oh, that's where old man Amit died. oh, that's creepy. So that house kind of gives me the creeps at night. But this is, I've moved on. I finished planting the home farm. So now I'm in Elsie's bin site, and then I've got the patch, and then the buffer. I call it the buffer field because there's a buffer strip next to it, or I'm gonna call it the buffer field. And we're just trying to get this all worked up because we got rain coming on Tuesday. And my thought is that seed's coming in the morning, and depending on when that gets here, I could get going, get that done. I could even rock roll tomorrow night, possibly. Because I would love to get the rock rolling done, or get a chance to rock roll some stuff anyway. It just goes so much better with the flex header. I'm a fan of rock rolling, I'm not gonna lie. One of those. It works really good. I've done about 40 acres, 42 acres. No, it's probably more like 40. But I've done about 40 acres of this, and this whole farm, this whole Amit farm is 128 acres, consisting of 3 fields. There's a 100-acre field, a 20-acre field, and a 8-acre field over yonder. But glad I have auto steer so I can see what I'm doing at night. Oh yeah, look at that creepy old place. That used to be, people used to sleep in there. So, that used to be the Eklund Hilton, or the hunting shack. Behold, the new and improved Eklund Hilton. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lift. That is where the deer hunters from the cities stay when they come out hunting. We're just gonna grab a line. We're gonna grab a line. And down we go. So now we're in the 20-acre field because there's a road that goes, well, it never used to be there. When Grandpa was farming it, it wasn't there. But when he quit farming it, then he decided that he should have a road there. But that road splits this 20-acre field from that 100-acre field, and then there's another split to that 8-acre field. Oh, a little bit of washing. Huh. But anyway, I'm gonna call that a video for today. So, final stats, we've got 165 acres of beans in the ground. We have 163 acres of wheat in the ground, and we're done with the wheat. And we're getting the last field worked up. I'm not going to do it all tonight. The plan is to do some of it tomorrow morning, but I'm going to at least get half done tonight. So yeah, we're getting towards the end of spring. Isn't that exciting? I'm going to miss planting. I really will. That's my favorite time of year, planting. Getting everything ready and getting things in the ground. By the time you get to harvest, you're kind of tired. But thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.